صل على محمد وآل
محمد على محبة الحسن والحسين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
على محبة سيدة نساء العالمين الثالثة بعلاصم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين مولانا إمام خليفة رسول الله الثاني عشر صلوات الله عليه الإمام المهدي المنتظر. ونتقدم إلى ساحة قداسة مولانا صاحب العصر والزمان بأحب التعازي ولمراجعنا العظام ولكم إخوتي وأخواتي الكرام بهذا المصاب الجلل، ألا وهو ذكرى عاشوراء شهادة مولانا السيد شباب أهل الجنة الإمام الحسين صلوات الله عليه وآل بيته الطاهرين. Respected brothers in faith, I would like to begin by greeting you with the traditional Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. It is indeed a pleasure and an honor for me to be here all the way from Ottawa, Canada. And inshallah ta'ala, we will be going on a journey for the next few days, covering one of the most important and crucial topics that we as youth and us as general have a need towards. So inshallah ta'ala, I just have one request from you guys, and I always request that from my brothers and sisters during my lectures, is that post-lecture, so after we finish, I would like transparency. So I always request from you, if you have any questions or comments or anything to mention regarding the lecture or any questions related to that or anything else, please come forward. If you feel that you have some questions where you don't want to express them out loud, we can do something where we can pass like a piece of papers for everyone, and we can do this like anonymously. وذلك ببركة الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Brothers, always when I begin my lectures, I would like to inform my fellow audience and my brothers what topics will be pondered in these 10 days. I'm sure a lot of you have work, have jobs to do, have school, and if you can't make it, I would like you to at least prioritize the important topics and be present during these topics. So inshallah ta'ala, in the next few days, we'll be talking about the topic for today is going to be the importance of resilience in one's personality. And this is going to be the foundation that we're going to build upon for the subsequent lectures, inshallah ta'ala. We'll be talking about, is Islam outdated? Can it fill our needs? Do the Islamic laws change or are they fixed? We will be talking about Islam as a religion of honor. By no means it's a religion to degrade or consider you or any person as a second class. We will discuss whether Islam is a masculine-based religion. Does it call or induce dominance for men? Prime women in Islam and the roles. How do we manifest these in our day-to-day lives? Then we will speak about some of the atheistic concerns, something known as the God of the Gaps, which is, in my opinion at least, it's a section written by Richard Dawkins, one of the atheists. We will talk about the theory of evolution and whether it's compatible with the Islamic mindset or speech. We will be then concluding, inshallah, our days with the, do we as youth have any responsibilities and what are these responsibilities? And the journey of Imam Hussein from Medina to Karbala. So I ask from you that if you can attend all of these lectures at least, or the majority of them, that would be great, because this will be something systematic. So something is going to be built on what's before it. Something like it being prerequisites. Now for today, we want to ponder this very important and crucial topic, which is resilience. Why do we need resilience in one's personality? What is the positive effect and the reflection of resilience on us? Now, some of you may ask, well, what's resilience? Can you give us a quick definition? It could be defined as smooth, as being strong, as being a strong personality, not being affected. How is that beneficial to us nowadays? Now, I would like to give a quick analogy, a quick example. The majority of us study or work. We leave our homes 7, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., all the way to 4, 5 p.m., sometimes even 6 p.m. We come back home, we have 2, 3 hours, we have our dinner, lunch, whatever it would be, and then we would spend like an hour or two either with friends, either on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and then we would conclude with us sleeping. This is the lifestyle of the majority of us who reside in these countries. We have to work, we have to provide. Now, with us being not home, we have to understand something. We come, and our parents come from different countries, not from here. They are not based here. All of our parents one day, in the 90s, in the 80s, in the 20, 30 years ago, were in a different country. They grew up in a different culture, which basically means them growing up in a different culture would mean that they have a series of different values and norms that the majority of them would not be compatible with what's going on today. Now, us being not home, let's say from age 6, 7, because at least we're in school in our primitive years. Then we grow up, then we start to work. Like if you calculate the amount of hours from Monday to Friday that we are at home, if you exclude sleeping, maybe there are 3, 4 productive hours, maybe. And a lot of us can relate, and I can see some smiles as well. Now, what that basically means is that we're interacting with people of different norms and values. And always when you have, let's say, 2 different individuals with 2 different norms, values, ethics, and you combine them in one room, there's a discrepancy. One wants something, one wants something else. One believes in something, one believes in something else. One acts upon something, one acts upon something else. Now the question is this. Of the hours that we spend from our childhood until our adulthood, are we as youth right now, are we growing up to be carriers of the values and norms of our parents, or that of the society and the surrounding? That's a very important question. Because if somebody classifies their parents' values and norms as the true identity, and he's not taking advantage of that, he's being affected, from different norms and values, then he's losing that identity. So the question is, are we carrying the values and norms of our parents, or are we losing it? What do you guys think? Most of us are losing it. A lot of us are losing it. What is the reason? Social interaction. Now this is a very normal thing. Like if you study history, you see how, for example, languages emerged, different dialects were affected because of war, because of one country going to another country, because of people interaction. That's normal. But what I'm trying to say is there's always positive and there's negative things around us. How do we refrain from acquiring these negative habits, negative norms, negative values? What is the mechanism? What should we be doing? This is a serious question right now. It is Muharram. We should be remembering Imam al-Hussein every single moment, every single second. But Imam al-Hussein says, you have a duty. You live in the US, you live in these Western countries. What is required from you? In my opinion, humbly speaking, and you may have different opinions which we can discuss later on, inshallah ta'ala, but one of the most significant factors to refrain from acquiring these negative traits or habits is resilience, which is back to the first point, which is being resilient, being strong, having a strong personality. Some may ask, now you said resilience a few times, but you didn't tell us how do we bring about that resilience? How do we manifest this resilience? What is like, I'm a person, I'm a human, I'm 9, 10, 15, 20 years old. How do I become resilient? Through immunity. You have to be immune. You know, if you study how the body works, we all have an immune system. What does an immune system do? An immune system, if it sees that there's anything foreign to the body, unknown, unhealthy to the body, it would tackle it right away to make sure this body is safe. Now, your heart is the same thing. You have a heart and you have a mind, which through both you operate, you develop your thoughts, right? What is the immune system for that? This is something you must work on. Immunity. Now, someone asks, okay then, that's a good point. How do I have a strong immunity? How do I become immune against all of these negative things that surround us nowadays? And the answer, there are several answers, but one of the most useful factors is knowledge. I'll give a quick example. You go to work every single day. Let's say, for example, those who work at night, those who work at a warehouse, those who work at a place where they interact with people, and it's time for salat, let's say. Salat al-Dhuhr. You have to pray. Now it's sometimes kind of awkward. You leave everybody and then you go, you bring this Turba Husseini from the ground and you start to do some exercises in other people's eyes, going up, going down. What's this guy doing? Is he okay? Is he in a good position right now? When somebody criticizes you or says, you know what are you doing? What's this, man? Are you for real? A lot of people end up seeing others as the standard and them as being different. I'm praying and then a group of 3, 4, 5 people gather. Look at this guy. They make fun of you. Be confident. That's how you have that immunity. When you have knowledge, you can tell the person, well, this is what I'm doing, and it's for X, Y, Z. These are the reasons. When you have knowledge, nobody can dare to criticize you, or at least nobody can dare to look down upon you. What is the responsibility of us? Building immunity, building resilience through immunity, and building immunity through knowledge. I want you to memorize this formula and take it home today and discuss it with your family and see what they say. Building resilience through immunity and building immunity through knowledge. Now, the fourth point, how do we build knowledge? Through reading, research, and asking questions. I always say that. If you were a person who's extremely busy, if you work 18 hours a day, and you have 6 hours to sleep and to eat, find 10 seconds and ask one question a day. If you don't have time to read or anything, one question a day. Pick up a phone, call a Maulana, a Sheikh, call me, call anybody who is able to answer a question, and forward him a question. Why is this? Why is that? Do not inherit your religion. Learn it. Why? Because we are in an environment where our values and norms are being challenged by others. We're not left like that. Why are you praying? Why are you fasting? For women, why are you wearing a hijab? Why can't you have interactions in XYZ reasons? Why does Islam look at, for example, women in this way? Why are they second class? Why is inheritance for women half of the inheritance for men? And questions go on and they don't end. Take these questions, and instead of having and using these questions to take you far away from the reality and from Islam, no, use these questions to your advantage. That's why resilience is important. We're living in a world right in front of you. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Within seconds, you can search whatever you want. And now, thanks to Chat GPT, people are not even doing homework anymore. They go there and they put some questions, some equations, punch in some equation, and they're good. That's it. Or for example, if they have an essay, they just go there and they type a few words and they're good. Now, we can use these in good ways and we can use them in negative ways. What I'm trying to say over here is resilience is something important for you to filter the good from the bad. Today at school, I'm sure this is a very sensitive topic and a topic that I don't find it appropriate for me to present in these days, especially not on this pulpit, this minbar. But the recent conditions that's happening at school, in some schools, they're forcing students to learn a certain curriculum. Before it was LGBT. Now it's LGBTQ. And then now they added LGBTQ with the two spirits. And in the end, like, we're going to find all the letters of the alphabets over there. No. Now these things are happening, and we're going to school, we're going to university, we're working. How do we deal with these people? Be who you are, but have resilience. I'm not being affected. Do whatever you want. You don't want to pray? Okay, don't criticize me praying. You don't see Islam as a qualified religion to be practiced by Muslims in this country? So be it. Be who you are. I am resilient. A friend asks you a question. A friend says, why is this and why is that? Who's a Western friend? Respect his question, take it, and try to find a place for it. Don't shun the question. Don't say, well, yeah, I'll go to my dad and I'll say, you know what, he's busy, he's driving a truck right now, I'm going to California, he's not going to have time, and who has time right now? If you have a sensitive question that's highly sensitive, ask it. In Islam, we don't. I want to say this, but please give me your attention. In Islam, we do not have barriers in asking questions, especially for youth. And I know sometimes some questions are hard to ask because maybe parents would not be understanding. If you find that this question is not appropriate to ask your father or your mother, go to a sheikh, go to a practicing individual who can answer your question. There are a lot of them. So again, back to the same point. Immunity, highly important. All of our problems, I've done a lot of studies, and I saw all of the problems regarding atheism, regarding feminism, regarding some curriculums that are affecting us, regarding how youth are responding and how are they coming to mosque or not. Regarding anything, it goes back to resilience. How strong you are. We are living at a time, brothers, it's very challenging. Sometimes I look at things and I see that, okay, these parents who are aged 35 to 65 have been to the different shrines of Ahlul Bayt, have visited the Ahlul Bayt, they have that connection. Let's say they have 100% of that connection. If you inherit 40 or 60%, your son is going to inherit maybe 40% from that. And then over time, we are a minority right now. Over time, this is going to help us to become even more, less in population. You can be, okay, alhamdulillah, I'm a Shia Muslim. Okay, and then what? What does a Shia Muslim mean? What identifies a Shia Muslim? You knowing your religion, having that knowledge. Don't tell me I don't have time. Every single one of us has time. We have 24 hours, take 1 minute, search something up, learn. We have narrations by our Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, that say, if 2 days go upon a person and he didn't learn anything, he's cursed. That's how much knowledge is important. This hadith is trying to show what is the value of knowledge. Can we go home today centering in our mindset to start to become resilient? Is it easy or is it hard? What do you guys think? If you're not, it means it's easy. If you don't know, if you say this, it means it's hard. It's easy. It's not hard. Have a goal and act upon it. Otherwise, you would be a Muslim by the name. Alhamdulillah, I'm a Muslim. I pray for 40 minutes a day combined with all of my salawat. I do ruku, sujood, going up, going down, doing some bit of exercising and losing calories. I'm losing, alhamdulillah, about 300 to 400 calories per day just because of prayers. Focus on building that resilience, building that immunity, and you will notice that wherever you go, wherever across this globe, you not only will have a defense system against any negative factors, but you will encourage and push the positive factors upon people. You show them Islam. It is our responsibility to present Islam in a proper manner. And inshallah, with the upcoming lecture, we will ponder this topic. It's supposed to be tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala. We will talk about Islam. Mainly, the topic is Islam outdated? A lot of people take the position that, well, Islam has been here for 1400 years, 1400. And we have science now, things have developed. Islam cannot fill my gaps and fill my needs. This is wrong. So one of the things we will ponder, is Islam outdated? Can it fill my needs? I have social needs. I have family needs. I have needs at school. I have needs everywhere. Does Islam ponder these topics? Isn't it a curriculum? Does it ponder these things? And lastly, we will discuss tomorrow is Islam. Are the laws of Islam fixed, static, or do they change based upon the era and the needs of the society? Inshallah ta'ala, we'll talk about that tomorrow. What I want from you guys is to give you like a takeaway at home. Begin from today, which means it's 10 p.m. right now. If you arrive home even at 12 a.m., 1 a.m., think of one question, search it up. Tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala, I'm sure by searching a question and getting an answer, you will develop a new question. Come forth with a question to me. Inshallah ta'ala, we will work on building, all of us, building strong youth for a strong future, for a brighter future. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. صلى الله على محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Amen.